What's going on, guys? So I have been getting a ton of questions lately on my YouTube stuff and on social media, basically just asking what all I've done to the truck and what my setup is, suspension and stuff like that. So I figured it'd be a good time to go ahead and just do an update video. I'll walk through the truck, we'll go through the whole build, what I've done to it so far, and then I guess I'll do like pros and cons, what I like about the truck, what I don't like about the truck. Going from a mid-size truck or 4Runner to a full-size Tundra, it was a big jump, took some getting used to, but honestly, we love the truck so far, and it's been a great truck. So I'll go ahead and start with the year and the model of the truck. It's a 2019 Toyota Tundra SR5 four-wheel drive. So it's a basic four-wheel drive. There's no lockers or anything in it. I already knew that I was going to build the truck to my liking, so I didn't really want to get like a TRD Pro or anything like that, because all that suspension and stuff that it comes with would have already have came off. So there's really no point in buying one of those for someone like me, where I'm going to do all my own modifications. I found the color I wanted, the Cavalry Blue. It's one of my favorite colors in these trucks, and I scooped it up. I had about 75,000 miles when I bought it last October, and I'm already at 117,000 miles on it. So we put some miles on it, as you've seen in our YouTube videos. We go out a lot and we drive to different places, and I haven't had a single issue with the truck, so it's been a good truck. So now I'll walk through the suspension first. We'll go through the suspension, then we'll do wheels and tires and armor and all that stuff, because I think the most questions I get are about the suspension and how it accommodates all this weight on all this extra crap that I have on the truck. So let's hop to the front and we'll go through that. All right, so as far as my suspension goes, it's really not a crazy setup. Up front, I am running the Bilstein 6112 struts with Bilstein upper control arms. And this has been a solid setup. It rides very smooth, and I don't know, it's a good solid budget lift kit. It's not super expensive, and it's not a super cheap kit to where it's going to break or it's going to ride like crap. You don't need long travel and king coilovers and stuff to do this, guys. You just need a solid setup like this. So as far as my rear suspension goes, I am running Bilstein 5160 rear shocks. These are awesome shock. They ride amazing. It's a super budget friendly reservoir shock, and I am 100% happy with these. I like them. They ride good, haven't had any leaking or issues with them, and we have abused them pretty well. Then as far as my leaf springs go, I am running the Icon RXT leaf springs with the extra leaf added to it. So when you buy these leaf springs, they come with an option to add an overload spring, and I definitely put that on there because I knew I was going to add a ton of weight to the truck. And so far so good with these leaf springs. They ride really well, and as you can see right here, they don't really sag. I mean, I got a lot of stuff on the truck, and maybe I lost half an inch of clearance between the fender well and the tire, but they accommodate for the weight very well. The only issue that I've had with the leaf springs is noise. I mean, leaf springs make noise, everybody knows that, but these Icons are super noisy. Anytime I hit a dirt road, for a long period of time, if any dirt or grime gets in there, they start to squeak and they groan. So I carry around a can of chain lubricant, and I spray the leaf springs with that, and that seems to do the trick for me. But great leaf springs, the Icon RXT, they are awesome. Just be ready for some noise. That's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, that's my suspension setup. You know what? Let's go ahead and move to wheels and tires. So my wheels and tires, I actually get this question asked a lot as well. These are 17x9 Raceline Rhinos in the machine finish, and they have a 0 offset. So they're not a super aggressive stick out type wheel, but they stick out just enough. I didn't want a super aggressive wheel. I'm not a big fan of that look. These were just enough for me. And then my tires are 35-inch BF Goodrich TKO2s. I love these tires. They last forever. They do great in the rocks, in the snow, in the sand. They suck in the mud. So if you're planning on going mudding a lot, don't get these tires. They slick up fast, but I'm not a big mudder, so I'm mostly in sand and rocks and stuff like that, and these tires are perfect for them. I did have to do a body mount chop to fit the tires in there. I still have to weld in a plate. I've been kind of lazy about that, but I did a body mount chop because I was getting rubbing on the body mounts, and that's about all I had to do for clearance to fit these 35s with the Bilstein suspension. We got the suspension, we got the wheels and tires. Now let's go through my armor, I guess you can call it. So up front, I am running the Ironman 4x4 front bumper. It's been a great bumper. I've winched off of it a couple times already and haven't had any issues. It looks good. It fits 3 lights. If you want to put 3 lights right here, I only put 2, and then it fits a 32-inch light bar in the middle as well. It's a nice, solid, budget-friendly bumper. It's low profile, looks sleek, and it matches the body well. And then my winch that I'm running is, you can't really see it in there, but it's an open road 13,000-pound winch. It's been a great winch. I've used it several times and haven't had any issues with it. Now for underneath the truck, you can see I do have skid plates. These are all steel skid plates. They are made by Talon's Garage. He is a local Texas guy, so I did want to support him and use his products, and so far they've been awesome. So I do have the front skid plate, the engine skid plate, and then back there for the transmission I have that as well. It's a good set of skid plates. There is a little cutout right here for your oil filter, and then in the back there's a cutout for your drain plug as well, so it makes changing oil easier. So yeah, they are Talon's Garage skid plates. They're out of Houston, Texas, I believe. Super solid and durable. So I do have rock sliders on the truck as well. These are a must if you guys are planning on building your truck. This should be one of the first things that you buy to protect your truck. These ones specifically are made from Cali raised LED. They're standard rock sliders. It's all tube, and they have a kick out right here. I wanted the kick out because I knew that I was going to use it as a step, and it's helped me a lot, you know, getting into the tent, opening it up and stuff like that, getting stuff off of my roof rack, and it's been a good help. But these are solid rock sliders. They've taken some abuse. I've landed on them pretty hard a few times, and nothing's happened. The powder coating has lasted a long time. They are a full bolt-on setup, so you don't have to drill or weld, which is one thing that I liked about these, and they've been great. So Cali raised LED rock sliders right here. Now for my rear bumper. This is my most latest mod that I've done to the truck, is this rear bumper. I drove 3 hours to pick it up on Facebook Marketplace. I got a killer deal on it, and I could not pass it up. This bumper is made by Expedition 1, and this thing is solid. It is all steel constructed, and it took me and my neighbor to put it on. I couldn't lift it up and put it on myself. It's heavy. Everything's steel on it. I have faith in this thing 100% to be able to rest the weight of the truck on it if I'm, you know, on some hard trails without it bending in or damaging anything. And I do have the dual swing outs. So this swing out right here, I did a jerry can holder. This jerry can holder is made by Backwoods Adventure Mods. I love their products. I'm running their bumper on my 4Runner as well, and they make some solid stuff. And then this is just a cheap little propane holder I got on Amazon to hold my 5-pound propane tank. And to open up this bumper, all you do is pull these little latches, then open it up, and then it has this little pin that goes through this hole, and that locks it into place. So let me do that real quick. Open up this other side. And I believe this bumper can accommodate up to a 40-inch tire. I might be 37, but I thought I read 40. So that's how it looks opened up. Gives you just enough room to open your tailgate and access your bed and things like that. It's been a great bumper. It's solid, and I like it. So I got the suspension, the wheels and tires, and all of my armor done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all my cosmetic stuff, and I'm just going to work my way from the front of the truck back. That way we can knock all that out. So up front, I am running the honeycomb grill. I'm not a big fan of putting TRD Pro stuff on a truck that's not TRD Pro. So I didn't get a TRD Pro grill like everybody else does. I did actually get this off of eBay. This is just a matte black, I don't even know what you call that. But it was chrome when I bought the truck, and then I switched it all to black because I like that look better. And then I am running the Lenson hood solar panel. These things are awesome. This was one of the first things that I did to the truck just because I knew I was going to be running a fridge, and my fridge is hardwired to my battery. So this is keeping my fridge going when we're in the sun, and I believe it's a 100-watt solar panel, so it's plenty enough to run a fridge or a couple of accessories. I did have some issues with this though. This Lenson solar panel, whenever you order it, don't order their vinyl because they ship it to you where the vinyl is folded instead of rolled, and it gets creases. So I had to order my own vinyl for underneath it off of Amazon, and that solved my issues because the vinyl that they had sent me originally kept coming up, and I would see pieces of my solar panel rising with wind. But I solved that issue by using my own vinyl, and I haven't had an issue since. All right, let's go through my lighting now. So all of my lighting is aux beam. I have 4 yellow fog lights on the bumper, and then I have a 32-inch light bar. And then my hood ditch lights, they are aux beam as well. They sent me all these lights and a switch panel to run them with, and I love them. I've had these lights on here for over a year now. Haven't had any issues with water getting into them. The seals are great. They're super bright, and they perform great. I'm not a big fan of spending thousands of dollars on, like, you know, Baja Designs lights and things like that. I don't know why. That's just something that I don't really want to spend my money on like that. So these aux beam lights have been great. I have no reason to complain about them. They work awesome. And the switch panel they sent me, I'll show you guys that when we make our way to the inside of the truck, actually has a function where you can hook it up to your phone and then make the light strobe or whatever. But I'll show you guys that later. So the snorkel I am running is a Dobinson's 4x4 snorkel. It's nothing fancy, just your average snorkel. I prefer to run snorkels on all my trucks just because, you know, when you're on dusty roads, you suck in all that dust through your wheel well right there, and I'd rather have a raised intake. Everybody always thinks that they're just for water crossings. They're not just for water crossings, but they do help on dusty roads. If you're following your buddies on a long dusty trail, your truck is just sucking in all that dust through your wheel well, and a snorkel really helps. But this one's been great. As you can see, I do have a lot of pinstriping on it. It has brushed through a lot of stuff. Hasn't came off or loosened up or anything like that. And I did not use the mounts to mount to the pillar. I never do that on my trucks because I don't want to drill through the pillar, and haven't had any issues. All right, so now let's go ahead and go through my roof rack. So this is a Hook Road roof rack. This is a super budget friendly roof rack compared to, you know, like Prinsu and Up Top and all of those. They had actually sent me this roof rack to do a review video on, and it's been great. It performs, you know, does what it needs to do. It's a freaking roof rack, and all it does is hold my tools up there. So I have those 2 Plano cases up there. They're lockable cases that I got, I think I got them at Academy or something like that. They were on sale one day and I picked them up. And I keep all my recovery gear and tools and like a jack in there. So I know that whenever anything happens and I need tools or some recovery gear or strap or something for the winch, it's all right here and it's all organized. The Hook Road roof rack, it does require drilling. You have to drill for all the mounts and then use riv nuts to set in there. Put silicone on it. Haven't had any issues. It doesn't leak any water. Hasn't came loose. The wind noise is kind of there, but it's not bad. So yeah, Hook Road roof rack. I think they're like 350 bucks, and haven't had any issues with it. It's been on there for quite a while now, and it's been a good rack. So my bed rack that I'm running is the Leitner Designs. I don't know how you pronounce it, but This is a solid rack. This is another marketplace score that I found. I drove a few hours to pick it up and got a killer deal on it. And I added these boxes to it. So I think these boxes are called Gear Pods. These are the Gear Pod XLs. And basically, you guys have seen in my videos, I just store like propane and camping stuff in this side. And then on the opposite side, I use that area as a pantry. So I usually keep like paper towels, dry foods and stuff like that. It's empty right now because I'm not camping, I'm just doing this video. But these are great. They're weatherproof, they're lockable. If these locks break on you for some reason, you can put like a padlock through these holes. And I like them. It helps keep stuff organized, and that's one of my favorite things, is having everything organized. All right, now for my tent. I am running the Tough Stuff Overland Alpha rooftop tent. This has been a great tent. I think it equals out to about a king size bed. We go camping with our kids a lot, and it's big enough to accommodate for 4 of us. My wife and myself and 2 kids can fit in here comfortably. These tents are known to, for their clear coat on top of the original paint to fade and kind of peel off, and mine did that. So as you can see, I had it wrapped in a I believe it's called forged carbon fiber. So it's a forged carbon fiber wrap. It's been on there for about a year now, and I like it. It looks cool. It looks a lot better than it did when all that clear was fading off of it. Then on my bed rack as well, I'm running these little orange lights. I put these on kind of as chase lights, just for when we're on dusty roads. I turn those on when my buddies are following me so we don't rear end each other. I just got 2 of those. I think they were like $20 on Amazon, but they're bright enough. And I also use them as camp lights. I like to use the amber camp lights because they kind of keep bugs away. Being in Texas, we got a lot of bugs, and that definitely helps. So for my awning, I am running the Open Road 270 awning. This is their newest model. I had their older model on the truck before, and it lasted forever, and they offered to send me the newest model, and of course I took it. It's a freestanding 270 awning, and I actually have a room for it as well. I'll go ahead and set that up right now so you guys can check it out. All right, I got it set up. So this is the Open Road 270 awning with the drop down room connected onto it. It's not that hard to set up. I just set it up by myself right now. It took me 8 minutes. So, I mean, once you get the hang of it, you can definitely get it down under 10 minutes to set up and break down. But it is super, super cool. Definitely worth getting, especially if you have kids. The kids love it. So let's step in here real quick. And I'm about 6'1". I'm standing up in here. I got plenty of room. I didn't even put the legs down on the awning, as you can see. So it's freestanding right now with the room attached to it. I would probably recommend putting the legs down if it's windy, but right now it's not that windy. But this room is awesome. I mean, there's a ton of space in here. You can set up like little table and like a chair, make like a little living quarters. You know, the kids like to play in it. You can sleep in here with a mattress. It does have 2 different layers. So it has a zipper layer, and then it has the regular drop down layer that covers that if you want to black everything out. But I like to leave the zippers up just in case there's bugs out, because that'll keep the bugs out. But here it is, completely open, the one we just walked through. It's pretty cool. And then the awning has 3 built-in lights right here, and you just plug those into like a 12-volt source and they work. They're like touch sensitive, I don't know what you call it, but you basically just touch them right there and then they turn on. I don't have them plugged in right now. But for the bed of the truck, I am not really doing anything fancy with it. I'll show you my tailgate setup. This is just a carpet like tailgate cover I found online, and it's velcroed on there, and I did put some self tappers through on a couple of sides. And then I took a hole saw to my bed and I inserted these cup holders in there so I can put, you know, my beer in there while I'm cooking or whatever, and don't have to worry about it spilling. And this mat also does a great job in leveling out the tailgate so you don't have all those nasty ridges in it. I did this as a budget option to like a mountain hatch cover. I didn't want to spend 400 bucks on a freaking tailgate cover. So I bought this carpet. It was already pre-cut for the Tundra. It was like $45. I bought this sheet of metal from Home Depot or Lowe's, and it was like 10 bucks. These cup holders I got on Amazon. They were like 9 bucks for the pair. And there we go. I got a really nice tailgate cover that does the same job as a $400 one for under 100 bucks. And right here in the bed, I am running a fridge slide that I got on Amazon. Man, I can't even remember the name of it. I think it's a Bouge RV fridge slide, but it works good. Haven't had any issues with it. Basically, all I did was drill 4 holes in my bed and bolted it to the truck. And my refrigerator, I am running, this is a Iceco VL45 Pro. So Iceco sent me this fridge a while back, and I've used it on a few trips to test it out. And this has by far been the best fridge that I've had. If you guys have been keeping up with my channel, I have reviewed quite a few fridges, and this one definitely makes the top of the list. So this one opens up from both sides, which is super nice. You can open it that way or that way. And the inside design is probably my favorite thing about it. So it has a big basket up top. This is where I keep my food. And then on the bottom, you put your drinks. So it's nice being able to just pull out all your food and not have everything stacked up and all messy. And these fridges have an awesome warranty. So these actually have a German compressor. It's a Secop or Secop compressor. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's got a 5-year warranty on the compressor alone, which is awesome. And then the outer shell right here, this is all metal. So it's not gonna get damaged. I've had things resting on it. I've had things fall in the truck on it. I've left this thing out on the rain on accident actually one time, pretty hard rain, and didn't have any issues. It's just overall a great fridge. So that's pretty much all I have on my bed. I have a little fire extinguisher that I got on Amazon mounted in there, just because I'm always cooking and I would hate for a fire to break out and not have one on me right there handy. So I always have a fire extinguisher handy. So now let's talk about my water storage. I already have a dedicated video on how I built this system and what I'm using, but I'll go through it one more time with you guys real quick. So basically, I always tote around this little 50 cal ammo can, and I keep my hose in here and just like random plumber's tape and fittings that I might need if something breaks. And then I have my inlet right there that I stick my hose into, just like that. And then this is actually a refill where I connect my water hose in my house to the water tank that I'm running, which I'm going to show you guys right now. So underneath the truck, you can see I am running the Trailed Boondocker water tank. Now this is a 14-gallon water tank that goes where your spare tire originally goes. And then I have it plumbed underneath the truck to a water pump that is running to that hose that I just showed you guys. So I have powered water, pressurized water, 14 gallons at all times on the truck. And this is plenty of water for a few nights at camp, even with kids and stuff. This is probably one of my favorite things on the truck. I love having running water, and I honestly can't see camping without it anymore. I know it kind of sounds bougie, but this thing's awesome. If you guys want to get one, go look them up. trailedonline.com, made in the USA. Get yourself a boondocker. These things are sick. So I'll show you kind of how it works real quick. Just got my little spray nozzle with the hose, just like that. It's got different patterns on it. You can do a mist, you can do a jet. The one I use most is probably the shower mode, whenever we take showers and wash dishes. And then just like that. Pretty cool. It's super nice to have running water at camp. If you guys have your spare tire on a bumper, or on like a tire carrier, a hitch mounted tire carrier, look into getting one of these Trailed tanks. They kick ass and they're so convenient. It's so nice not to have to chug around water at camp and just have it all underneath right there. Now let's go ahead and work our way inside the truck. First thing I always do when I get a new truck is I get floor mats. Again, with kids and a family and doing a lot of camping and off-roading stuff, floor mats are an absolute must-have. And I am running the LazFit floor mats. These are similar to the WeatherTech style floor mats. They're full coverage and they are awesome. They work great with the kids. I'll show you the rear ones. The kids make a mess in the back of the truck, and these LazFit floor mats help a lot. They fit great, they're solid, they're durable, and it's nice to just be able to pull it out and rinse it with a water hose and throw it back in. So those are the floor mats I'm running. I always recommend to people that are getting into this to get a good set of floor mats, just because you don't want to ruin the carpet of your truck over not spending, you know, 150 bucks on some floor mats. For the rest of the interior, I haven't really done much. There's not much you can do to the interior of the truck really that, you know, is useful besides floor mats and like some kind of a mount. But I do have a molly panel on my my visor just to mount stuff on, and then I'm running the ICS dash mount system, so I can mount my iPad on there and different stuff. We like to watch movies on long trips with the kids, so that keeps them entertained and sane. This is just a cheap little Amazon iPad mount. I put a bolt through it just to keep it in place so it doesn't move or vibrate on trails, so the iPad won't fall out. But other than that, that's about all I got up there going on. I do use like a little magnetic phone holder. This is a magnetic GMRS radio holder, so I put my Midland radio on this whenever we're off-roading with friends, and that just sticks on right there. And then right here I have my aux beam switch panel that I was telling you guys about earlier when I was talking about the lights. This is their 8-gang switch panel that has the Bluetooth option for your phone, where you can make your lights strobe and stuff like that. I'll show you how it's wired up. These things are a must-have for any rig where you're planning on wiring up a bunch of lights. It makes life so much simpler to wire things up. But yeah, that's about it with the inside of the truck. Actually, you know what? I do have these seat covers. These are the cat skin seat covers. I personally didn't buy those. They came on the truck. I bought the truck used and they came on it, so I guess I scored with those because they're super comfy. But that's it for the inside. I'm gonna pop the hood and we'll show you guys the battery I'm running and that aux beam switch panel, how it's wired up. All right, so under the hood, it's messy. It's a big rat's nest and it's dusty. I need to detail this engine bay, but I just don't have the time. So I am running a Die-Hard AGM battery. This is a 95 amp hour battery. I got it at Advanced Auto Parts one day when I needed a battery and I wanted to get a bigger AGM one. It was like 180 bucks, so it's a good battery. This paired along with the solar panels that I have on the hood is a good combo. It keeps stuff running for a long time. And here is my aux beam switch panel box. It's super dusty, but underneath here is all the wiring for the lights. So that's how simple that aux beam switch panel makes things. Basically all you do is wire your power and your ground to the switch panel from whatever accessory you're wiring up, and you are good to go. And it even has like a little breaker as well, so if something does blow or you know your engine won't catch on fire, it's got a little breaker right here, so the breaker will flip and then you know your stuff will stop working and then you can see exactly what happened. All right guys, so that's my Tundra. That's everything that I've done to it so far. There's honestly not much more that I can do besides like re-gearing or putting like lockers in or something and upgrading stuff like my suspension, but I have no reason to. If you guys got any questions about anything on the truck, about installing stuff on it, you know, or anything that I missed that you guys see on the truck and videos, just let me know. Shoot a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the truck, and I guess we'll see you guys on the next one.